Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is all about coping and helping depression. So let's get on with the video. Okay, so there's many different ways that you can cope and help with your depression. So number one is talking therapy. I found that's most successful because sometimes it's just like you let all off your chest and it makes it so much easier to like figure out what problems are minuscule and what ones are very large, and you have someone who can help you work through the large ones and sort out all the small ones. Another option is music therapy. Now this is something I done a lot when I was younger. But I then found it had the adverse effect after a while. So listening to happy, cheerful music helps put your mood up, or playing music helps you put your mood up. And then listening to low, sad music brings you down, or so it's often found. And when I was listening to positive music, that was great. But then after a while, instead of clicking onto a positive song, I'd click onto a sad song, and that would just bring me down further. So you have to be very aware of what you're listening to when you use music therapy. Another one is drawing therapy. Now, if you can draw, this is great for you. I can't draw, so not so great. But obviously you draw how you feel, and basically you put your feelings on a page and you kind of just draw what you're feeling. So if you're feeling like you're trapped in a tunnel, you draw a tunnel with you inside, and it just helps like get your feelings out there if you struggle with talking about them. And honestly, it's a great form of expression, and you end up finding, if you do draw your feelings, you find out that you enjoy drawing, and it gives you something that becomes a hobby and something you look forward to. Then another one is writing things down in a journal of sorts. I couldn't do that, that just made me feel worse. But some people find it's really helpful when they write down all their thoughts and feelings in one place, and then they can look at it and say, okay, feeling this way isn't exactly correct, or I overreacted in this situation, blah blah blah. But it's very dependent on if you can handle that, because I find words are very powerful to me. So by writing them down, it brings me down because I feel like that book has power over me. So moving on to another one. This one is something I've only recently heard about. And it's actually been really helpful, and that's a 3-minute journal. Now, you can buy like 3 6-minute journals online and whatnot, but I decided to make my own, so one moment. So I got a blank notebook, and I've never been very good at bullet journals, so I didn't have exactly perfect expectations for it. But what I decided to do was write down a mood tracker in the first page, and then things I like about myself and positive notes to remember in the next 2 pages. Then I gave myself ideas of where I want to go, what I want to do, so I created a places to travel page and a cheer up buttercup page, because when I was little, me and my dad would always listen to a song with Buttercup in. I can't remember the name of the song right now. And so that's something I love. So I thought, okay, I'll put play on words and put Cheer Up Buttercup in. And then I wrote things that I like to do, like read a book, go take photos, watch a movie, have a spa night, look at old photos, etc. And then the next 2 pages are movies I've watched, and then books I've read, and then a playlist. So when I feel low, I can look at this playlist and go, okay, these are songs I'm allowed to listen to that will be cheerful. Then I've created a September spread, and then I've put down the highlights of my day, a gratitude log, a mood thing, a mood tracker, and a sleep log. Now, it's nothing too in detail, but for a couple minutes every day I fill out my anxiety, my mood, my sleep pattern, and obviously my highlight and my gratitude of the day. And it helps. It just means for those 3 minutes you think of all the positive things that have happened in the day. And even if it's been an awful day, you can try to find something that's positive, like maybe it rained and you like the rain, or maybe you got a text message from someone you haven't spoken to in a long time. Things like that. And it just shows you to look for positive things. So I found that really helpful. If you want to hear more about me doing this, just leave a comment down below and I will do an in-detailed video on how I created this, different page spread ideas and things like that. But I'm not a great artist, so don't mind my awful drawings if I do that video. And another one is something I was very dubious about joining at the beginning of this year, but I joined it anyway because my mum told me to give it a go, and that was drama therapy. And honestly, because of the whole COVID thing, I haven't been able to do it for a long time, but I'm grateful for those 3 or 4 months in drama therapy because I made an amazing friend called Beth. But obviously I'm not allowed to talk to her outside of drama therapy, so I have no way of contacting her. I have no way of finding out if she's okay right now, and I'm back at square one on feeling alone. But drama therapy made me realise I'm not alone. I have people that are in the same situation as me or similar situations who I can talk to, who can help me and I can help them. So it's like Beth stopped taking her medication at one point and I encouraged her to do it because I went, although family situations may dictate that you have no right to have your medication, only you really know what you have a right to. And she often encouraged me to be myself and not care what other people think. And she encouraged me to talk to my parents about issues I had. Because I've always struggled with talking to my parents about my problems. Because I feel like it doesn't matter or they don't care, when I know it's completely wrong. And I often, when I was in groups and whatnot, when it came to mental health things, everybody had people who supported them at home. But obviously I didn't, and to an extent I don't, because I keep a lot of my problems hidden from my parents. But Beth encouraged me to, when things got really hard, talk to them. Although sometimes talking to them doesn't help and it just leads to a massive argument or something, I know I can just rant and rave to my parents if I've got no other option, and I'm grateful for that. So if you ever get the chance to try drama therapy, I would definitely give it a go. And if you ever go to CAMS or the adult mental health services or whatever mental health service around you, if you ask about if there's a drama therapy group, I'd definitely give it a go, because although some of the things you do in there aren't very helpful, it definitely teaches you how to take a step back on a situation and view it from a different point of view, and when is the right time to walk away from a situation to cool off, and when to carry on in a situation. And that's a very difficult task for most people, so you've just got to be aware of that. Another thing is, it definitely helps you make friends with people that have the same situation as you. Although you aren't supposed to talk outside of class, it's still very beneficial. It's like you're not really supposed to spare much personal details in a drama therapy session, but I'd let loose that I lived in Stevenage and I worked in Boots. And when drama therapy was cancelled because of the whole COVID thing, Beth came into my work and let me know, because I hadn't got the piece of paper that was a letter to tell us that or anything like that. And that was very sweet of her, but obviously we didn't think COVID would last this long, so we didn't share any personal details because we knew we weren't supposed to. And that's just how it went, really. We're very much a case of, we followed the rules because we didn't want to be kicked out of drama therapy, but you create very tight bonds with people in drama therapy. Now, if we'd got to the end of drama therapy, I could tell you if at the end you were allowed to share personal details or not. But because we never got to the end, we didn't even get halfway through. I don't know that. But I'm sure you would be able to afterwards. Or there'd be something else in place, like, I don't know, a bi-monthly meet-up, so that you could carry on evolving the things you've learned in drama therapy, or something like that. I can't tell you for certain there's that or whatnot, but you can always ask them and they're always happy to explain. Other things are family therapy. Now, this one is if you've got family issues, you can always go in for family therapy. And the way they conduct themselves is a bit bizarre, but it's very much understandable because you get two persons' points of view. One who's sitting in the room with you and one who's watching from another room. And it benefits you because you can see how outsiders view the situation. And that's very beneficial. It's just the issue is when that person comes in, they talk about you, not to you. Because they talk about you to their colleague as if you're not in the room, rather than talking to you about the situation, which could be conducted better by talking to you, because I personally have a lot of issues where I don't like people talking about me. Most people do. When people feel low, they often fear people talking about them, so it's not very beneficial in that format. But it's definitely a thing to try. And there are so many other different things, like there's lots of online apps on your phone, like Calm Harm, Be Mindful, I think that's one, and there's hundreds more. And you can literally call up your local mental health number and they will give you all the info on all the different online apps you can use. And that is sometimes a lifesaver, because sometimes you can't see a therapist or a care coordinator or a social worker or anything, and you need that little bit of help, and those apps are quite helpful. So they're definitely something to give a go. That's it for today. I will see you all on Friday. Bye guys!